Hey everybody. So I was thinking, how can I press this off, right? And I was thinking maybe what I could do is I could, somehow, use the weight of the Rambler to press it off in some sort of way. Maybe I could, like jack up the car, put some wood blocks under there, arrange the bearing on it in such a way that there's something like kind of like arranged kind of like this, and maybe I could like lower the weight of the car onto the I would have this, which is a socket that used to belong to Chris Dask. I found out. I just kind of looked at it and I was like, oh geez, it was in my bag of sockets that my dad gave me. There's a whole bunch of crap in there. But anyways, so I was thinking about doing that, but then I thought, well, maybe, as I was looking at it, I was like, well, this piece is this piece right here, right? And so this socket that used to belong to Chris Stask, it fits right in there, right? And so I was like, how can I have a force pressing down on the socket, pressing down on this, but not pressing down on the bearing at the same time? And so I thought, well, I could do it with a Rambler, or what I could do is I could try doing something like this. And so I decided to try doing something like this, and what I did is I put these two wood boards here, and I arranged it like this, so there was still a little bit of space underneath there, but the bearing was contacting the wood boards. And what I did is I did a similar idea to putting in the inner wheel bearing seal, right, with the socket, not this one, right? And so I just put it in there like so, and I used my 8-ounce nice ball peen hammer, and I carefully tapped it out, and it came out, right? So I got it off today. I didn't need to go to a shop or anything like that, which is nice. And so I did it myself. So this is the piece. This is the collar. That's what that, or the sleeve. That's what that looks like, right? I was thinking that maybe there was like a lip or something on here, and there is, but it's just not what I thought it was. It's kind of like the outside of this part is a little bit skinnier than the rest of it, and then there's this part right here. So it kind of like tapers down in diameter from this to that, and then to this piece right here, right? So it doesn't really fit into that groove like I thought it would, right? But that's, I guess, where it was resting. That was the point where it stopped traveling. And so now I guess what's I'm gonna try and do next is put the new one on here, right? So yeah, so it goes on like that, right? Because this one was on like that too, right? So it wasn't on like this, right? It wasn't on like this. It was on like this, right? I just saw a video where some guy was putting on the clutch release bearing assembly onto his transmission input shaft, and somebody in the comments was like, oh, I think that guy put that on backwards. And somebody else commented on it and said, definitely, this is the second video I've seen where somebody did that. So I kind of thought about it, and I was like, oh, I don't want somebody to say that about me, and also I don't want to do that, so I made sure. So if you're going to comment on that and say that you got it on backwards, well, then I guess I got it on backwards to begin with, because I'm replacing it the way that it was. Alright, okay, so I guess what I would do now is try and hammer that on with a bigger size socket, and I will make use of the socket that I bought at the store to do my bearing job, and it's right there. Nice old trunk. I found that on the side of the road. I probably already talked about that, so I'll just leave that topic alone. I seem to forget a lot of things that I talk about, and I re-talk about them over again, which isn't, very, very nice for the viewers. Okay, so 1.5-inch socket does not belong to Chris Dask. It's mine. Alright, so put that on there like that. Right, and alright, it looks like it's centered on there. Maybe I better check and make sure that it's kind of not all cockeyed, I don't want it to be all cockeyed. I want it to go in there nice and evenly, right? maybe it doesn't matter as much as bearing job, but I kind of still want to make sure. I still want to make sure that everything is okay. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more on this side. A little bit more on this side again. It looks like it's on there as much as it's gonna go. Looks like it's on there as much as it's gonna go. Just gonna give it one more couple of taps. In a crisscross pattern. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it real good. You know, it's on there evenly. The bearing itself, like even when before I put it on the collar or the sleeve, it kind of didn't really turn very easily, like I mentioned. But it's a brand new bearing, like out of a box, you know. So I guess maybe it just needs to get some like high revolutions, you know, put on it. Maybe it just needs to see some action before it spins more. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. Yeah, like you can see the groove. See the groove in there. It's like even all the way around. Yeah. So I guess I did a good job. I hope I did. One thing I probably should have done was I probably should have, you know, put some grease on there. Forgot about that. But well, there's already grease inside the bearing anyways, so that'll help me sleep at night. You know? So I guess that's it for this little video that I made. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that it all worked out, and I'm pretty happy I did it. I did it. I assembled the clutch release bearing onto the collar, or the sleeve, or whatever it's called. Later on, I gotta figure out how to put the clutch fork back in there with the spring, because before it was moving in a certain way, and then when I tried to put it back on, it wasn't. So I have to figure that out. There's also a really you know, I just want to clean it up, right? There's the issue that I want to do. The issue I want to address is cleaning it up, putting some more grease in here and on these fork pieces here, and also on that little light brown thing, which is the ball that fits into that spot right there. I'm going to put some grease on that, also clean that up, put some more grease on that. Yeah, and then that'll be done, and it'll be another job buttoned up. Just earlier this week, I buttoned up another job, and I put new slip nuts that hold the frame on into this headlight here. So I got that one done, like back in December, and then I finally got this one done. You know, so that the screws have something to fasten into, so that this is secure. Before, there was only one screw, and it was like a real rusty piece of crap. And now they're like all nice and shiny stainless steel, which is nice. Those are old headlights still, gotta change those. Yeah. So, yeah, ordered some plastic today. I mean, rubber for the trunk and the doors, so I'm excited about that. That's coming in the mail. Also, a new clutch disc. I don't know if it's going to be the right one, but we'll see. order that. I mean, it says on the website that it's the 8.5 clutch disc, friction disc, but the amount of like friction material, like the black stuff, right, that contacts the flywheel surface and the pressure plate, that's important, right? I asked the guy at the on like at the company what the dimension of that was, and he said it was like a little bit thinner, like narrower. But I want to have it in my hand so that I can see it and measure it myself, so that I can really find out if it's the right one or the wrong one. Because I really want it to be the right one, because I don't know where else to get it. Yeah. Okay. So 1958 AMC Rambler Super Part 14. I guess. I'm not too sure. It's kind of hard to tell these days, you know. Anyways, all right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.